I had to start the live stream again because, um, yeah, because I didn't press a certain button. Oh my god. I just gotta wait again for people to join in. Let me put more people in the screen. Carter, what's up? How's it going, man? Landon, what's up as well? PWC. What's up, ACW Wrestling and more? ZCW, what's up? Joe, how's it going, man? All right, tell me you guys saw Mania as well, right? I would assume yes, but I want you guys to tell me what's your opinion on night one. Most underrated wrestling content creator. Oh, thank you, man. I really appreciate that. What's up, Tay? How's it going, man? I know it's early in the morning. It's because that later it's gonna be a little bit busy because people are gonna be outside, I would assume, or enjoying Easter. So, oh my God, where's the? I'm nearly finished recreating Roman's return. Oh yeah, if you guys don't know, PWC does 2K videos now. So if you guys want to check it out, he's right here, and he can. Well, you guys can enter his channel. Yeah, I saw Mania, and the Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and CM Punk one took so long. Paul Heyman betrayed Roman Reigns and CM Punk. Yeah, we'll get to that. Night one was actually super good. Okay. Yeah, we gotta talk about that as well. I love the main event. What's up, Brantley? It was good. I thought night one was amazing. My only thing I thought was bad. Some matches were a bit sloppy but decent. And the way Gunther tapped out in 4 seconds, that's it. The rest of the show was fire. Are you gonna watch Mania tonight? Yeah, but I'm actually scared. You know why? So let me get into this. So the Mania opener for night one was Jey and Gunther, right? I didn't think it was bad, but once I saw Jey Uso's entrance, I just knew he was winning. It was so obvious, and for the past 2 months, I think, since the Royal Rumble, it was so obvious that CM Punk, that Jey Uso was gonna win. It was so obvious, and the 10 weeks of hell supposedly of Gunther was just fake. It was not even something that happened. The only thing that happened that was really decent, I would say, was Gunther making Jimmy bleed and Jey Uso couldn't do nothing. And then the following week was the serious promo that Jey Uso gave. It was decent, but before that, Triple H literally buried Austin Theory by losing to Jey Uso with a, not even a spear, it's a cross body. Come on, man. And bro, the match was the match was not even that good. I'm gonna be honest. I know WWE nowadays is meant for kids, and I would say most teens and adults see through the script, and we all know it's all scripted. We all know that it's not real. Jey Uso was. It's obvious that he won because of popularity with, with the crowd, with merch. But there's always another guy that's the exact same thing, and that's LA Knight. Now I'm not saying LA Knight deserved to face Gunther at Mania, but LA Knight has more credentials, I would say, than Jey Uso. But Jesus, now let me see what you guys are saying. CM Punk should have walked out to his fire burns, and then the song transitioned to the cult of personality. Yeah, I mean, I did love the hype package. We'll get to that. Thanks for shouting me out, but I'm just worried that I'm gonna get copyrighted for using the sounds in commentary. What you should do is not use like when you're doing the gameplay, do not use their songs and stuff because you're gonna get copyrighted. Unless you use a more like you use a crowd effect, but you just bump it up to more louder for the music. The music you cannot barely hear it. Hey, can you help me, dude? In one sense, John Cena and Cody Rhodes. Roman has been betrayed by everybody in the bloodline. Why are you scared from Night 2 Mania? Yeah, we'll get to that. WrestleMania was so ass. Thank you. Thank you. 314 underscore J2. He knows it, bro. He knows it. The main event was the greatest match storytelling wise ever. Carson, what's up, man? Tonight's Mania is going to be better. Definitely, but night one was still decent. Hello, do you remember me? Shade Dale Bates. I'm sorry if I botched your name. I think I do remember your name, but the last name. Are you excited for the new WWE figures? Yes, I'm excited for the WWE figures, the new ones that just got revealed a few days ago. But yeah, so like I was saying, Jey Uso. Look, I don't have anything against Jey Uso. I know that every superstar has a certain fan base and stuff, but Jey Uso, I find it kind of annoying when every single time that he has to be serious, he's been doing that stupid yeet thing. It's gotten to a point where it's really annoying. Not for me, but for everybody else. For kids or teens that are under 13, they're into that stuff because why? They feel a certain connection with Jey Uso because why? Because he has a certain swagger and stuff. He has like he acts like a teen basically. So that's why people, kids align himself with Jey Uso. It's like back in the day, myself included. I used to be a John Cena hater, but then back in 2014, 2013, I had a shirt of his, and I used to want the hat, the wristbands, and kids were dressing up as John Cena because they felt some connection with a certain superstar. Now, you glitching like crazy? Oh shit! It's so I believe it's my internet. So I don't know. Jey Uso winning, it was obviously we all knew that. So I wasn't pissed at that. The reason I'm pissed is that they built Gunther for the past two manias and ever since from NXT UK as this big monster, this big heel. And then last year he lost to Sami Zayn clean. And then this year he loses by tapping out not even 5 seconds. It was 3 seconds into the sleeper hold and he tapped out. Like, that's stupid booking right there, bro. Stupid booking. And people on the internet, which I mostly think are kids on the comments of WWE shorts and videos, commenting that, oh, he deserves it, that Gunther tapped out. Look, I understand. I know it's all scripted and stuff. And me being pissed looks dumb. But the thing is that we all love wrestling. We all have a passion, right? Doesn't matter if you're 5 years old, 20 years old, 50 years old, even 100 years old. You can love wrestling. Doesn't really matter. But the thing is, you have this guy who literally does not win by submission, locks in a sleeper hold onto a guy who knows how to wrestle, and literally taps out in 3-4 seconds. Like, that's stupid. That's stupid booking. I was watching the match. I couldn't say it was decent. It was all right. It's all right. You know, he beat the allegations of only having three movesets, and that's it. The power bomb he gave to Gunther was all right. The crowd was hyped for that. But then after that, it was like, dude, like he gave two super kicks, I believe, and then he gave a spear. And then I don't even know how that the referee was in the way of Gunther and Gunther was outside with the title. And that should have been the end of the match. You getting hit with a title in the forehead, a title, something that is freaking, I don't know, heavy and can bust you open for real. If you get really hit by like in real life, you can knock yourself out. You can get a concussion from that. But Jey Uso survives? Like, bro, come on. Jey Uso survives. Gunther hits a splash, kicks out, and then out of the blue gets into a sleeper hold. I might have missed a lot of things because I was on my phone. I was on Instagram looking at what other people's reaction was. And the next thing I see is Jey Uso locking in a sleeper hold, and then Gunther just taps out, which was dumb. Now, like I said, I'm not against Jey Uso winning. We all knew it was gonna happen either way. Congrats to him. Like I said in my shorts like yesterday. And then the next match was the War Raiders versus the New Day. Boring match. Should have happened at Raw. Most of these matches on night one was a Raw episode. Literally. We had the War Raiders versus New Day. New Day should have became champions as soon as they turned heel. Literally. If they turned heel that 1 week of when they had Biggie in the ring, the next week they should have won and established themselves as a heel tag team. They're already like what? One of the greatest tag teams because they have the most tag team wins for the championships. So why couldn't they do it? just because it didn't have Big E. Like, come on. And then the next match was, I think, Jade versus Naomi. Decent match. I watched it, but I was on my phone as well because it was kind of boring, but decent. The only thing important here was that Jade beat Naomi, and it was a fairly decent match. I'm not gonna lie. After that was, I think, Tiffany versus Charlotte. It was a little long. Yes, I don't even know what happened to Tiffany there. I think her teeth were broken at some point. That's what I saw because she had like blood on her teeth. Um, but it was really sloppy, and I'm not gonna lie. People on the internet also said that it was sloppy, but it was a fairly decent match. I actually enjoyed watching Tiffany versus Charlotte. And I think Triple H did a good thing by having Tiffany win over Charlotte. So that's one thing. And then the main event was, I believe, oh, well, I don't even remember what happened after that. Oh, Chad Gable versus Ray Phoenix. Unfortunate that Rey Mysterio was injured the night before. Who, who in the right mind puts the two guys who are gonna wrestle the next night on WrestleMania fight in a in a 3-man tag team match the night before? You can, and look what happened. Rey Mysterio got injured. Come on. So I would say, for me, Chad Gable versus Ray Phoenix was the highlight of the night. I'm gonna say it. I think it was better than the main event. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. And what else? Like, the match was entertaining. I loved it, bro. And you know, it made sense because before WrestleMania, they're on the pre-show or something like that, they announced that WWE acquired AAA. If you guys don't watch AAA, I suggest you do because it's really fun. It's Mexican lucha libre style, and I grew up with that as well. So it's really fun. So if you guys haven't watched it, I recommend it fully. You're gonna have a blast. We saw El Hijo de Vikingo, who was in AEW now and with WWE and stuff, and really fun. I love how they. The only good thing that Triple H has done is booking Chad Gable as Grande Americano, and that's it. Using that I don't even know if it's like a piece of metal or something under his mask. I find it entertaining. So for me, that's the highlight of the night. And then the main event was, CM Punk versus Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. Look, it was so predictable. Before Seth Rollins opened his mouth and said that Paul Heyman owed him a favor, we all, like, the thought process for me was, okay, I see that Paul Heyman's gonna be, but after Seth Rollins faked a curb stop on Paul Heyman and said, "Oh, now you owe me a favor," everybody knew that he was gonna join Seth Rollins. Come on, it was so predictable. It's so predictable. I love the promo package for CM Punk. I loved it. I always find his old theme song, "This Fire Burns," to be one of the best WWE songs ever. And I'm not saying because I'm not being biased because I'm a huge Punk fan, but I loved it, and I think it fit the narrative for the match, and him coming out to Living Color, and they literally were there, doing the song and stuff. I found it very, very good, and I'm very happy because for years CM Punk really deserved the main event, but we digress. The match was slow. I would say it was slow. It was decent, not bad. I love the spot where they were trying to fake the Shield power bomb, and then just Roman just punched him in the face, and he put both of them through a table, the Spanish announce table and the English announce table, which is really, 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 really rare that even happens. Um, and I just knew that once CM Punk was in the ring, and they had the camera angle where CM Punk or Roman Reigns, that he was looking through the stage, and behind him it was Roman Reigns. Paul Heyman, with that his cynical eyes that he always does. So I just knew that once he did that right there is because it was happening. So okay, he went to get the steel chair, and then he had the choice: give it to Punk or give it to Roman Reigns. I kind of popped when he gave it to CM Punk. I'm not gonna lie, because for a moment I forgot about the stupid booking. I just wanted to enjoy the match, but then he got into the ring, which was not even necessary, but obviously is predictable. He turned on Punk, and then Roman was smiling. He was about to cry. He gets up. He gives the steel chair to Roman. Seth is looking through the screen. You can just tell, and then he sets aside Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman goes behind him and gives him the low blow, and then that's it. Seth Rollins allies himself with Paul Heyman. They both leave, and that's that. I didn't even care to watch the press conference because it was already what, like 11 at night, and I was already, sleepy. I was in 1 second. If I was about to close my eyes in the main event, I was gonna be asleep. I was gonna be asleep. So I didn't even want to watch that stuff, and then I just went to sleep. I turned to wake up early in this morning, and I go on my Instagram, and everybody on the comments are saying that Gunther lost to Jey Uso, and people are finally waking up to the stupidity of Jey Uso. Look, I got nothing against Jey Uso. Him winning the title, I don't care. But we gotta be honest. After Mania, who is Jey Uso gonna face for the world title? Because SummerSlam's around the corner. Who is Jey Uso gonna face at SummerSlam for the world title? I want to see it. Now, I'm gonna go all the way to the back of the chat because I've been yapping too long. Where am I? I'm an action figure company named WECW, and I need help with new match ideas that I'm interested in using. I'm not sure. I mean, you could do whatever you want. You just gotta have creativity. That's basically it. The person Roman Reigns has up with that hasn't betrayed him was Dean Ambrose and Jon Moxley. Um, I mean, for story wise, they've always said they're brothers. And yeah, best figure that got revealed, the CM Punk Ultimate Edition, and I would say the Stone Cold Steve Austin with the bloody face. That's the most. I'm excited for those two figures. I'm excited for the White Six. Yeah, but I'm not. I don't feel like I'm gonna get him because I don't really need them. I hate WrestleMania Night 1. All the matches were boring as hell. Also, call me Egg. All right. Yeah, Egg has a real good statement there. It was boring. Even though some matches were decent, it was still boring. I was on my phone. I shouldn't be on my phone watching WrestleMania, the biggest, PLE of the year, you would say. But yeah, for me, it was just another Raw episode. Oh, I'm surprised. Actually tapped out. Yeah, he tapped out. Yo, I feel like Jey Uso versus Gunther could have been way better. It should have been way better. With Gunther beating Jey. I thought Jey would win, but I didn't think he would make Gunther tap. Me neither. I thought he would just like win him cleanly, but through a submission is diabolical. Well, it was way better than Jey versus Jimmy last. It wasn't. Jey versus Jimmy was terrible, and Gunther versus Jey was terrible. It was terrible. I was using my phone. Yeah, me too. Jey Uso hit 4 Uso splashes before he made him tap. Oh, bro, 2K25 match right there. Spamming your finishers and then going in for the submission thing is like most generic way to win, bro. And they're trying to bring the narrative out. Oh yeah, I had to use 4 finishers, and then I knew I couldn't pin him, so I had to submit him and blah blah blah. But that doesn't take away the purpose of Gunther, tapping out in 3 seconds, bro. My God, they tarnished They tarnished Gunther. You cannot actually take him serious. After he lost to Sami Zayn last year, I couldn't take him serious. So when he beat Damian Priest for the world title, it just didn't feel the same. It wasn't the exact same Gunther that was the IC champion. Come on. I will be right back. I'm gonna get a slush from my slush machine. All right. Can I say something about Jey versus Gunther? Yeah, sure. I got Finn and Damian Priest. Nice. The first powerbomb that Gunther hit Jey was the weakest powerbomb because the ref hitting the mat was louder. He had to hit a spear, 3 or 4 Uso splashes, and then put him in the sleeper hold. Yeah, stupid way to win him, bro. That does not make him look like he's strong. That's a weak maneuver or finishers to make him lose. I got it from the 2-pack with the Money in the Bank, Finn and Damien. Nice. You have the new Jacob Fatu, Tungalo, and Tamatonga? Not yet, but I am going to get them. It was great. I'll need to find it. Is it an amp crunch like what I have, or is it just a regular basic? I'm not sure. Double AA off the top rope, day 6. CM Punk should have won his first Mania back. Look, I didn't really care who won. It was obvious that Seth was going to win. I even put it on my predictions video like a few days ago that Seth was going to win. It was so obvious. But obviously, as a Punk fan, I would have liked Punk winning because they had that high, like the promo package and stuff. But I honestly didn't really care if CM Punk was gonna win or Roman Reigns. But Seth winning was like the obvious, so I'm not pretty pissed that CM Punk lost. His thing was just the main event, not to win the main event. Beggars can't be choosers though. Do you know who's WSC is my damn toys? Do you know? Yes, I know all of them. Yeah, I watch the videos. I've always been subscribed to them before, like, years ago. My dad ordered me the Finn Balor Ultimate Edition and the Scott Hall. Nice. How does Tongaloa botch low blows, but Paul doesn't? I'm not sure. All the Mania Night 1 was trash. Thank you. JCW even knows it, bro. He even knows it. You were tired at 11 in the UK. I had to stay up till 4 a.m. See, that's terrible, bro. Staying up to 4 a.m. watching trash content? No, bro. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you had to stay up to 4 a.m., bro. He's going against Roman, I think. For the world title? Nah, I don't think so. What is your favorite match of WrestleMania Night 2? My favorite match for WrestleMania Night 2. I'm honestly more excited for John Cena versus Cena. I mean, John Cena versus Cody, sorry. That's why I have him up there in the ring. But the thing is, I'm actually scared. You know why I'm scared? Because if Jey Uso beat Gunther in that stupid way and became the world champion, how much you want to bet Cody Rhodes retains? And everybody wants to see John Cena lift the title and become 17-time champion. Because he has no more gas in the tank. And if you want to pull the trigger now for him to beat Ric Flair's record, have him beat Cody. But since Triple H already came out and said that Cody is the main guy, he's the quarterback, which is stupid because the real quarterback is it's Roman Reigns, not Cody Rhodes. But obviously, we're gonna have Cody Rhodes retain because why? He's the poster boy. The kids love him. Blah blah blah. Kids now hate John Cena and stuff like that, which is stupid. So I'm actually scared, but I'm excited to see this match. I really want John Cena to win, but I just know that Triple H is gonna mess it up and have Cody Rhodes win. That's the reason. That's the reason I'm scared. I'm hearing what the f is this bullshit. Jay botched it for real, being sloppy than this BS with Gunther tapping out. Yeah, thank you. People are now waking up to the BS. And mark my words, in a year, if I'm still doing YouTube and I'm doing a live stream, I want you guys to tell me, what do you think of Jey Uso's reign as the world champion? I want you guys to do a prediction. Who do you think Jey Uso is gonna lose the world title to? Seth Rollins, because now he has an alliance with Paul Heyman. People are now speculating that since Seth Rollins joined Paul Heyman, they're gonna have a faction: John Cena, Seth Rollins, The Rock, Paul Heyman, and you might add even Travis Scott. Come on, bro. I got the new Jade Cargill action figure and Lexus King. I have the Jade Cargill over here. Really good figure. Really good figure. Solid figure as well. Night one was trash. Yes. Nah, the main event match though kind of saved the show. It just depends on your own opinion. I mean, I the main event, but it was just predictable. So, yeah, that's the thing. Hopefully, it's better today. Night 2 are usually better anyways. I mean, who do we have? Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest in a Sin City street fight. Who wants to see that? Last year, they had what was it? Karrion Kross and AOP versus Bobby Lashley and what's it called? The Street Profits in a street fight. No one was interested in that, bro. Oh, and also and also something to say, the crowd in Las Vegas is dead. It is dead. It was dead. I felt it. Everybody on the internet, on Instagram, said it was dead. So, yeah, it was pretty underwhelming. Well, overwhelming. Sorry. Also, Jay Gunther may have been bad, but at least my boy Jay can stop complaining about doubters. There's still gonna be doubters, like me, like any other people who has a brain. I'm not saying you don't have a brain or anybody else doesn't have a brain. It's just that you guys, or kids, I would say, get so focused in that, oh, Jey Uso this, Jey Uso that. Bro, there's also other superstars you can get behind with. Just because he has a catchphrase and stuff doesn't it makes you look dumb. I'm sorry. How his reign is gonna do, who's gonna face, who's a real credible. We had make Jimmy bleed. He couldn't do that. Let me say this: after Mania, there's nobody else who can face Jey Uso, and I think Gunther's gonna face again Jey Uso at SummerSlam. I bet you. Or what about Braun Breaker loses the IC title to Dominic Mysterio? Because that's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. People love Dominic Mysterio, and it's stupid. I don't hate him. I don't hate him in real life. It's just a character. It's so stupid. I don't know if you guys know. I think he has like 2 wins in the last how many months, and he gets a title shot at Mania, which is dumb. And just to make it more shocking for the shock value, they're gonna have Dominic Mysterio win. I bet you that. I'll bet you guys $100. They're gonna have Dominic Mysterio win. I really want win because Finn Balor, come on, he's a jobber. We gotta say he's a jobber. He's lost his shine for more than a decade. The only time he gained his shine back, or his the light, or whatever you want to call it, was when he came back to NXT like almost 5 years ago, when he had his matches with Johnny Gargano when he was in his prime, as well as Tommaso Ciampa, Keith Lee, Adam Cole with the Undisputed Era. But after that, bro's been back and he's been into the Judgment Day as a second fiddle character, and he's into this IC title thing. Now I'm gonna be shocked if Dom wins or Finn Balor, but I really want Braun to retain. Or if you want the real person, the correct answer to win is Penta. And that's it. Not even then. I was on my phone the whole show. Yeah, me too. Please do a spear into a DDT onto a ladder. How's that even possible? I think Roman's going to try to get the championship from Jey Uso. I don't think that. I subscribe to your YouTube live. Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. Whoever was the first person to predict Paul joining forces with Seth is a legend, not gonna lie. It was everybody, bro. It was everybody. I was at work in the morning, early in the morning, and I was hearing Busted Open, and the guys even said it. Bully Ray, Dave LaGreca, and stuff like that. They were discussing the thing, and it's so obvious, bro. It was so obvious. I fell asleep during the main event. Not gonna lie, I didn't know the result until I wake up this morning. See, it was so boring. It was so boring. I'm sorry, bro. Cena finna beat Cody with the STF. Hopefully. Look, I'm not a Cody hater, because last year I was supporting Cody, right? But if we have the opportunity to have John Cena become 17-time champion, please, it's a no-brainer. John Cena should win. Cody Rhodes still have what? Still has like years in his contract and years to wrestle. John Cena is literally out at the end of this year, I believe. So it's so obvious. John Cena has to be the winner here. I'm a dip. All right, man. Thanks, cause I did make a theory and it came true. Who do you think is gonna win? Cena. Damn. It's sad that Mania made someone feel this way. I knew it from the beginning. Yo, I have a match for you for your next door. Should you do Randy Orton RKOing Triple H, reversing to a pedigree off the ladder into it? How are you gonna do that? How is that even possible? I can't wait for WrestleMania Night 2. Yeah, I mean, me too. Wait, who's in Mania 2? Because I know it's Priest and Damian, Cena and Cody. Who else? The Fatal 4-Way for the IC title. And who else? I honestly don't remember. What's it called? Logan Paul versus AJ Styles, which I think is gonna be the best match of the night, in my opinion. And who else? I can't remember. Hopefully it's not a year. Maybe it's like 2 months. Not even 2 months, bro. I got the new Jay and Jimmy Ultimates. Nice. Yes, that's the match. That is why people need to listen to the people. WWE need to listen to the people and have a WrestleMania International like the UK where I go. Look, Triple H already came out saying that people on the internet don't have a saying with whatever they're trying to do. I might have just said it the wrong way, but he said that we, the people on the internet, have no saying, that we don't know better. That's what he's saying. So I would assume that they're gonna bring WrestleMania. I would say the more plausible WrestleMania that's gonna happen is gonna be in the UK, in England. I think it's gonna be in England, and we all know how. I think it was All Out, or I don't even know what's from that AEW pay-per-view that was in London. It was good. It was good. It was a good pay-per-view. The crowd was electric. I would say that. Jay gonna lose it to Seth or Braun? I don't know. RWC, what's up, man? I'm going to be pre-ordering the new Jacob Fatu and Tamatonga and Tangaloa. It's lagging. I, I'm, I'm good. I don't know what. Dominic is the right choice in my opinion, or Penta. What do you mean Dominic is the right choice, bro? AXT, what's up, man? R-Truth would be better choice to win the IC title. Bro, I would rather have R-Truth winning the IC title than Dom. Roman is going to beat Jay, I think. No, he's not. He's not. You like turtles? Nice. Messi the GOAT? Yep. You know it. You know it. Can you do John Cena? Okay. I fell asleep on the Tiffany Stratton match. It's funny. You think the main event night one was boring. It was not boring. I don't even know how to put it into words. I was playing WrestleMania, Wrestling Empire Career Mode the whole show. Wow. Yeah, how was night one? Gotta go. I'm gonna go watch the Miku movie. What is that? Oh, Bianca versus Rhea and Io is opening. Wow. Yeah, and that match they're obviously gonna have Rhea Ripley win because Rhea Ripley is a favorite of Triple H. I'm betting you that right now. I don't think they're gonna have Bianca win. They might have Bianca versus Rhea at SummerSlam, and that's gonna be a boring match. Yes, we just saw the deal with the Devil, Seth Rollins, and Paul Heyman, where the story never trusts Paul Heyman. My mom and dad just gave me the Elite 114 Jimmy Uso and the Elite 15 Punk. Nice. Um, Liv, Raquel versus Bailey and Lyra. Okay, here's another thing. Lyra and Bailey, they're not a team. Why are they going after Liv and Raquel? They literally had a match against each other 2 weeks ago. I think it was on SmackDown. And now all of a sudden they're being a tag team and beating and they're gonna beat Liv and Raquel at Mania. But yesterday, I think it was before the it was in the pre-show or in between the Mania thing, Bailey got attacked. What? That does not even make any sense. And people are speculating that it's Becky Lynch, which makes no sense. Absolute no sense. So Becky's coming back, teaming up with Lyra, and then they're gonna beat the tag champs and they're not even a tag team. Come on, bro. Stupid booking, bro. Triple H only said that to benefit himself. Bro, it's so dumb. It's so dumb, bro. Did you guys watch the Hall of Fame? He was at 12 at night. I didn't watch that. And what I saw on the internet, it was really long. It was really long. Michelle McCool had like a long ass what's it called? Uh, what's it called? Speech. And she doesn't even have a Hall of Fame career. She's just married to the Undertaker. I'm making Seth's gear from last night in 2K25. Nice. Randy Orton doing the RKO to Triple H tables. I'll try to see if I can do that. Now, who the F wants to see Liv and Raquel versus Bailey and Lyra? Exactly. LWC win. What's up? Bailey is injured. JCW, she can't fight tonight. That's the thing. She got attacked by people say it's what's it called? Um, by Becky Lynch. Hi, I see WAW was talking behind your back. I don't really care. Old news. This community only benefits off drama, so it's stupid. Bianca's winning. Um, I'm I can't say it's gonna happen. I think Rhea's gonna win. It's obvious. Rhea's Gooner fans finna cause her to win, bro. That's true, bro. Half of the fan base of Rhea are goons, bro. Literally, they're goons. That's why she's the most popular female wrestler, you would say. And if you defend her, then you're basically a goon. Damn, LWC. I'm gonna get off. Okay, bye. All right, man. Take care. Stand and Deliver was better. Yes, and I didn't even watch it. I was asleep in the afternoon, ready for WrestleMania. And I only saw clips on Instagram and on YouTube, and I would say it was better. The crowd was better. How can you have NXT, who's the C show, you would say, because the B show is SmackDown, the first show is Raw, right? Be better than WrestleMania. Come on, bro. You gotta be kidding me. Do you guys think that the Judgment Day will turn on Finn? Yes, it's obvious. It's been written, bro. Have you not seen the segments with Liv Morgan saying that, oh, we should get a new member, and Dom saying no, blah blah blah. But obviously, Dom is a snake. That's the story. That's his character. They're gonna bring a new member to the thing, and they're gonna kick out Finn Balor. It's obvious. Lyra Valkyria attacked Bailey. That's why she's out of it on the press conference. But the kickoff when they were just like talking and waiting for WrestleMania to start, I don't find that plausible. Why the F would Becky attack her? Exactly. I saw it with my own eyes. Hell no, I was sleeping the whole holiday too. I didn't bother to watch that stuff. It would be so funny if Cody beat Cena in 5 seconds to set a world record for the shortest WrestleMania main event ever. That'll be. I don't even want to imagine that. Imagine that. I was asleep right when DDP came out. Who even watches the Hall of Fame? Like, come on. Why? Why did Valkyria attack Bailey? I don't even know. I don't think she even attacked her. Because it's stupid booking. No, she got Lyra Valkyria was legit at the press conference, not the press conference like the preview show. And I saw it, bro. It was Lyra. Trust me. I gotta watch the footage because I don't even watch that dumb stuff, bro. I got more excited seeing jobbers win the NXT Tag Team titles than all the Mania. Bro, yeah, exactly. But they're not jobbers. They're a pretty cool tag team. And how much you want to bet? As soon as Axiom and Frazier debut on Raw, how much you want to bet they beat the New Day? Because that's just plain stupid booking that's always happened on the Raw after WrestleMania. And if they even go to Raw, I'm not sure. And you know something? Talking about the tag team stuff on WrestleMania, we got that dumbass match of Kofi and Xavier versus the War Raiders, right? That's a Raw match. That should have happened tomorrow at Raw. We should have gotten the TLC match to set on SmackDown this week. It's so stupid that he doesn't know how to book, bro. I'm sorry. Shawn Michaels is the real booker of NXT when we're both both there and Vince was still up in charge. Now we know who's the real booker. It's Shawn Michaels, not Triple H. Come on. Hall of Fame don't mean nothing. People don't want to stay up to watch that. Exactly. Can you help me with the matches I brainstormed over the last few weeks? Just put out the content you have already planned. If you brainstorm some ideas, just put pen to paper and then just film it. I bet Becky is gonna team with Lyra. It's so obvious. The only good match that happened at night one WrestleMania was Jacob Fatu versus. That's the other thing. I forgot about that match. See how forgettable the matches were at WrestleMania. Honestly, I think LA Knight should have beat Jacob Fatu. But since they're building Fatu has to be this monster thing and blah blah blah, this and that, a dominant win against LA Knight, who has done nothing for the past year. He was popular back in 2023. That's when they should have put the rocket strap behind his back and stuff like that, whatever you want to call it. He should have been a star. He's still in the mid card thing. He should be a main event guy, bro. Literally. He's more he's a more of a complete wrestler than Jey Uso, bro. He has the mic, he has the look, he has the attire, he has the popularity. Jey Uso has the attire, the popularity, the catchphrase. He has no mic skill, no moveset. And yet he's been upgraded to the main event status. While LA Knight is now just lost the United States Championship, which he lost to Shinsuke for no reason, won it back and now loses it back to Jacob Fatu of all people on WrestleMania. Makes no sense. Do you think Stone Cold Steve Austin would save Cody Rhodes? Look, honestly, last year Undertaker came out, John Cena came out to help Cody Rhodes. Okay, that was last year. I was really happy with that. But having Stone Cold come out just because he's the enemy of The Rock and stuff, it's just stupid, bro. They should not do that. They should not do that. They should not have Cody Rhodes need help from anybody else because he's a champion. He's a champion. If you're the champion, you're the most strongest, the strongest guy who's holding the belt. Just like Cena, just like The Rock. You're protected. You don't need help from any other superstar or legend. That makes you look weak. Last year, it didn't make Cody look weak because you had the bloodline interfere. So you had every single person in the bloodline against Cody, but we had Cena come in, we had The Undertaker come in, which made sense. It made sense. Well, not for The Undertaker, though, because that should have been the perfect entrance for the Stone Cold to go up against The Rock. Because the most memorable matches about The Rock are with Stone Cold, not with The Undertaker. But hey, we digress. Shawn Michaels a far better booker, yes. What would be the best match tonight? I would say, oh my God, I would say Logan Paul versus AJ Styles. Y'all are just a bunch of D1 Triple H haters and Vince McMahon glaze. All right, bro. Look, I got nothing against Triple H. It's just the booking, bro. It's bad. It's bad. Don't get yourself consumed over how Triple H books. It's not the best thing in the world just because he goes on a mic and says, "Oh, we're the best. We're doing the best numbers in history, this and that." Bro, no, it's not. The best numbers you did in history was in the Attitude Era. And that was pre-internet. That was like when the internet was still starting. You had fans who were interacting with the superstars. You had fans who would literally sell out the arena, bring their own signs and stuff. And, that's like the best period of the wrestling. Okay, we have the LED screens, we have the money, we have the star power and stuff. But if you have the star power and you don't know how to book, then you're booking nonsense. Come on. I'm not even a fan of Vince McMahon. I've always seen him when I was a kid, yes, and he's a fantastic heel. And look how he got from a territorial based company and turned into one of the biggest companies in the world. Why? Because he had a genius mind. If you put Triple H back in the day instead of Vince McMahon, where would the WWE be now? I'm not sure. Do you guys think that Ric Flair will help Cody? Oh my God, bro. Ric Flair, who's almost, I don't even know how old he is. Like, he's 80 something, I would assume. He can't even move. He can't even run. Come out and help Cody Rhodes? Come on, bro. That's so fake. You're going to have The Rock job out to Ric Flair, bro. Come on. Triple H is a great booker. Are we forgetting what happened last? Okay. Okay. You know what? Forget about it. Triple H was not the booker of NXT. He was the face of NXT. But the real booker was Shawn Michaels. And it's facts. Man, I'm more excited for Tony D'Angelo with his dudes versus Dark Tate than WrestleMania Night 1. Yeah. That has a better story. Last year, even though last year it was terrible as well, Jey Uso versus Jimmy was ass. Gunther versus Sami was ass. Come on. The Cody versus Roman match was decent at best. It was not even the great. It was not cinema. It's not cinema. People tend to overuse that word cinema nowadays just because, oh, the story. Look at the narrative and blah blah blah, this and that, bro. It's just wrestling. You don't need a lot of things to make a story good. You just make one story with these two people and then have them fight for the title and make it a good match, and that's it. What else wasn't last year? The street fight in Philly, that was ass. No one cared. The crowd was dead for that. Let alone the temperature was cold. That was ass. What else was in Mania? We got what? See, I can't even remember. It's forgettable. It's forgettable. So let me guess, you guys didn't like the John Cena heel turn. No, I love the John Cena heel turn. It was shocking because no one expected it. No one expected it. It was a shock, and I love it. Everybody loved the heel turn. But now, tell me something memorable you got from these past few months ever since he's turned heel. Nothing. You got 2 segments where John Cena tries to attack Cody Rhodes and goes for the attitude adjustment, counters it into a crossroads, and John Cena's left lifeless on the freaking canvas. Like, John Cena couldn't take spikes from Umaga, couldn't take what is it? I don't even know, bro. I don't even know. They should just have let LA Knight win the Royal Rumble instead of Jey Uso. Nah, John Cena should have won the Royal Rumble. It's easy like that. And in the Elimination Chamber, it should have been, I don't know. I don't even know, bro. I don't even know. if I would have booked WrestleMania this year, it would have been John Cena versus Gunther. It would have been John Cena versus Gunther. Even Gunther said it on the Ariel Helwani show. A guy who was only into MMA. Come on. He said he would rather face CM Punk or a John Cena for his legacy. Beating Jey Uso is nothing. He already beat Jey Uso 3 times. Come on. Are you gonna be live streaming tomorrow? Tomorrow, yes, I believe I am. Yeah, because if it's a bad WrestleMania night too, then for sure yes. If it's not, then I would still go live. I'm not sure. Yeah, not everything is cinema. Yeah, we'll get a heart attack from just touching the rain. Exactly. And I love Ric Flair. Sami versus Gunther was an absolute banger. Okay, alright, bro. I don't know if you're rage baiting, bro. I'm not getting rage bait, but most of everybody in the live stream or on the internet are. If you say that, then you're getting crucified, bro. Literally. My dad says he should be booking the matches. The tag team ladder match for last year's WrestleMania, Seth versus Drew. Okay, Seth versus Drew. The only thing memorable there was Damian Priest cashing in. Like we haven't seen something that similar at WrestleMania 31. Drew, who had a freaking banger 2024, right? He was an MVP of 2024, not Seth Rollins. Drew, right? Loses it in a couple of minutes. So if you were to ask somebody now, oh, did you know that Drew McIntyre was World Heavyweight Champion? They wouldn't even remember that. Unless you remember them that he was last year for a couple of minutes. Okay, no more wrestling works. All right, man. Seth and Paul is crazy. But now that Seth is with Paul, what's the story behind that? Because everything now has a story. R-Truth will come in at the main event of Cena versus Cody, turn into a triple threat match, and R-Truth will win and be our new champion. Hopefully. Not just kidding. Are we just going to forget about Sky versus Bayley in a great match? Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. I mean, who won? Was it Bayley who won? Or was it Io? Or was she the champion? Oh, yeah, my bad. Because Bayley won the Royal Rumble. I would say it was a decent match. I wouldn't say it was a great match. It was a decent match. We all know who was the female wrestler who was bringing it to the other one. It was Io to Bayley. Because Bayley can't move. Let's be for real. It's going to be honest. Bayley can't move. You need a great partner in the ring to become one of the greatest matches. Now, if you ask anybody who was a better match, you would ask Io versus Bayley at Mania, or would you ask, let's see, Sasha Banks versus, I think it was Charlotte at WrestleMania 32. People would say it was Charlotte versus Sasha, because why? You need somebody else to tango into a ring and make magic. Bayley versus Io was not, I mean, it was, I wouldn't say it was not that good. It was decent. It was all right. Did Gunther really tap out that fast? Yes, he did. Go check on YouTube. Go check on YouTube. He tapped out in 3 seconds. After a super kick, then like 4 Uso splashes, and then turned into a sleeper hold. He tapped out in 3 seconds. Are you going to be setting up some action figures? In shorts, yes. Not right now. But yeah, geez, like, dude, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Now, Mania Night 2 is going to happen. I'm scared that Cody's going to win, even though I do like Cody. But he's, you know, I got to be for real. Cody's turned into a generic champion. Generic promos. Oh, I'm the WWE champion. I'm this and that. Like, we haven't heard that from every single guy who has become WWE champion. Like, bro, come on. John Cena was cooking him. Oh, but on the internet, kids are saying, oh, Cody cooked John. And it's not true. John Cena gave him some words of advice in his promos, which kids don't even grasp the knowledge. Cody Rhodes is just saying basically, oh, I'm the champion. It's 2025 and you still can't wrestle. Sorry? Have you seen the matches with AJ Styles? Have you seen the matches with Shawn Michaels? Have you seen the matches with Kurt Angle, with Triple H, with The Undertaker, but back in 2020 in '03. Like there's John Cena has a long matches in his career that are better than what Cody Rhodes has done in 2025 or 2024. Like, come on. Logan Chaney, what's up, man? Triple H Glazers be like it was one night. Look, I'm not a glazer. I don't glaze anybody because that's stupid. That word glaze is dumb. Glazing a guy who runs the WWE just because he does storylines, the narrative and stuff like that. That we're booming, business is booming and stuff like that, bro. It's not real. Check out the video that I reposted on my community post and just hear it. The guy who does it, his name is C-Jax. He's a guy who has knowledge. It's genius the way he tells you to open your eyes to stupid booking. Come on. The brainwashed Triple H people finna ruin WWE. Yeah, I mean they're not gonna ruin it because people are saying that it's gonna go out of business. It's not gonna go out of business. It's been like what 60, 80 years of WWE or 60 years. Come on. Rhea and Sky and Bianca. Yeah, I'm not sure, bro. I'm not sure who's gonna win that. I would assume it's gonna be Rhea because she's been added to the match when she doesn't even need to be added. She lost fair and square to Io on an episode of Raw, I believe, and Bianca won the Elimination Chamber. We should be getting Sky versus Bianca, not Rhea added to the mix. She got added because of Triple H and his booking. Because people want to see Rhea. We can't leave Rhea out of Mania. Yes, we can. You left out what's his name? You left out the Street Profits out of Mania. Who else they left out of Mania? Do I have Chad Gable? No, I don't have Chad Gable. Yeah, C. Jenkins is the GOAT. Bro. And not just that, it's almost the entire community. I've seen a lot of right now on my feed. There's a lot of people saying that night one was trash. It was trash. What's your opinion on Seth Rollins becoming a new Paul Heyman guy? I don't dislike it. I knew it was predictable. I just don't dislike it. I just don't know what the story is there. I know that a few years ago, in a steel cage match that Seth Rollins had, he shook Paul Heyman's hand, and that was it. Because I don't remember what else happened after that. I wasn't watching wrestling in that time, like 2014, 2015. I didn't watch that stuff. I was watching it. I was watching not WWE. I was watching New Japan in 2016 because Bullet Club was the only thing that was saving wrestling. And then that turned into AEW. The first 2 years of AEW was peak, and after that, it went all to hell. Back when Cody, returned to WWE, no one was watching AEW. And now, if you tune now into WWE, you got Will Ospreay, this and that, but Will Ospreay is overrated. We gotta say it. He's overrated. We got Kyle Fletcher, which is the only thing that AEW has, which is a star in the making. Daniel Garcia, what's his name? Daniel Garcia fell off. What else? We got Samoa Joe who just returned, and he pinned John Moxley, who's been, been building up as a monster heel. We got Adam Copeland, who's gone to relevancy. Like, bro, come on. Oh, he also left off Chelsea? Yes. He left off Chelsea Green, the only entertaining female wrestler in the division. You left her off Mania. Come on. They left out Kevin Owens. It's because Kevin Owens got injured. That's why. That's the reason. Now, here's the other thing. They announced that Rusev returned to WWE, right? But now my question is for you guys. Who do you guys think is going to be Randy Orton's opponent? Come on. It's not going to be Aleister Black because he's confirmed from SmackDown for the SmackDown after WrestleMania. Why did El Grande have to win against Rey Fenix? It's all storylines, and look, Rey Fenix has a long career ahead of him at WWE. He has many WrestleManias to go with. It doesn't really matter if he lost or no. He doesn't have to win just because he just debuted in WWE. It doesn't affect him. He lost. He lost with Chad Gable putting a metal thing on his mask. He didn't lose cleanly. That's the thing. It doesn't affect his character. He's probably the worst AEW champion. I'm not sure. There's been no. Chris Jericho is the worst AEW champion. I gotta say it. Nick Aldis. So what if it's not Nick Aldis and it's Rusev? How disappointed would you guys be? Because there's nobody else in that roster that can, has a storyline with Randy Orton. We just don't know. Oh my god. Like, I can't, bro. I literally can't. It should... Joe Henry? Joe Henry's not even in WWE. Oh, jeez. So, I don't know who could it be. I don't know. Literally, I don't know who could it be. People are saying it's Nick Aldis because he gave him an RKO on an episode of SmackDown, and I think he paid a fine or something like that. What if it's Swerve that Nick Aldis comes out and he says, "Oh, I found your opponent," blah blah blah, and it's Rusev. Obviously, the crowd's gonna pop, but it just doesn't make any sense. Samoa Joe is the worst AEW champion. He won the title off an injured MJF. No, I think Samoa Joe was a dominant champion for the time he had. I think the worst one was Chris Jericho. It should not be Rusev because Randy Orton, needs to win at WrestleMania, and Rusev also needs to win his return match. Like I said, not every returning superstar has to have a win at WrestleMania. You know. What about if they made a Joe Henry figure? Obviously, I would buy it. Everybody would buy it. You know, who wouldn't? That's the thing. That's the thing. So, yeah, I'm scared. I'm honestly scared for night 2 of WrestleMania, and if John Cena wins the world title, wrestling is saved. If Cody Rhodes beats Cena, then it's bye-bye Cena, and I don't know what else comes after that. You know? Swerve was the best AEW champion, but he was the first black man to be the AEW World Champion. He was a good champion. I just don't know who else was AEW champion that you can compare it to Swerve's title reign. Do you have a Rock figure? Yes, it's in my shelf. The Miz should have been on WrestleMania. There we go. Yes, the Miz was left out of WrestleMania. Like, come on, bro. You're going to leave off the Miz off of WrestleMania? Come on. Happy Easter, CW. Happy Easter to you as well, man. Thank you. Just imagine Killswitch coming to WWE. He should have came to WWE, but he chose AEW. And hey, if you're going to get paid millions for your first year of being in AEW, and who wouldn't? I think Dominic Mysterio should win the Intercontinental Championship. No, please, no. Why do you guys think he should win it? Don't you guys hate him? Or something like that? No, please, do not make him win the IC title. It's going to be the most boring reign. Did you see him as NXT North American champion? He did defend it at NXT, yes, but he was boring as a champion, bro. He was boring. Come on. A guy who has no muscle. I don't even know, bro. I don't even know. And I can bet you that the way the match finishes is that Finn Balor is gonna get betrayed. Dominic Mysterio hits a frog splash and pins Finn Balor. Just so that Braun Breaker doesn't lose that credibility, or Penta. Come on. MJF was better than Swerve. I would say I would say that MJF was better than Swerve's title reign. Who do you think Orton's gonna fight? I just explained that. I think it's gonna be Rusev or Nick Aldis. Do you have a solo? Yes, I have the Ultimate and a few Elites, but it's in a box. I don't have it with me. You should not be honest. Wait, you should not. He honestly should be a cruiser. Wait, stick with that. What do you mean? Dominic matches are so predictable. Yes, it is predictable, and it's dumb. It's dumb. Literally, it's dumb. So it's kind of stupid, bro. It literally is kind of stupid. It's kind of stupid. And it's the exact same booking that Triple H gives us, which is horrendous. It's gonna be horrendous. My big self just ate 2 donuts. Hey, I can't blame you. Donuts are good. The match probably going to be horrible. Let's be honest now. How are they gonna make Rusev versus Randy Orton into a good match? Yeah, Cena has to win tonight, or the WWE is over. It's not over. It's not over. They still have storylines planned, but the thing is, did you see that Cody Rhodes got booed on SmackDown? And then instantly he changed it to the crowd to cheer him. How much you want to bet we're gonna have this exact same situation as The Rock versus Hogan at WrestleMania 17 or 18? Which is, if you haven't watched that match, watch it, because that's a wrestling match. That's how you get the crowd into your storyline. All right, man. Have a good night, or well, have a good day. Who do you think is gonna win, Cena or Cody? I want Cena. Cena was Cody getting booed was not wild. It was not wild. It was not wild. It's because, bro, if Cody wins, right, you have no one else credible to face Cody Rhodes. Why? Because they did not make any more stars. Now look at this. How did Cody Rhodes leave AEW? Getting booed because nobody wanted to see him. He was getting go home hate. Now, the exact same thing is gonna happen to Cody Rhodes if he does not lose it to John Cena. He should stick to the cruiserweight division. Like honestly, the North American titles, the only one that looks good on him. I don't think he's even a cruiserweight. He's tall. He is tall, so he's not a cruiserweight exactly. I don't think so. But oh my god, bro, like I don't know. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. All right, guys, I'm gonna leave because I gotta edit the Road to WrestleMania episode 1. I don't know when it's gonna come out because I still have to film some other stuff for the video, and that's it. But I'm gonna have to edit. So yeah, this live stream was just to talk about the stupidity of WrestleMania Night 1 and the booking that's horrible. That's basically it. Get Cena the belt and have Cena versus Randy at Backlash. I would rather have Cena versus Randy at WrestleMania than Gunther versus Jey Uso. Miz should have been in the IC title match. Yes, because nostalgia, but it doesn't make any sense booking standpoint. Who do you think is winning, Bianca, Ripley, or Sky? I think Ripley because Ripley is the most gooned superstar in the roster. But I have an awesome Easter. You too, man. You guys have an awesome Easter as well. You guys take care, and I'll see you probably later tonight or tomorrow once the heat and the anger of WrestleMania Night 1 or WrestleMania Night 2 is over. So, yeah. Catch you guys next.